Hope you're well. So, for today's live, um, I haven't got any plans at the moment, so we will do a bit of um, let's play riddles. I think that will be a good idea for this live. I know riddles is hard. I find them hard as well, so I'm not going to pressure you too much. I will find a riddle and just type it in the chat so that we can begin with it. So, yeah, the other day I got cut off because there was a power cut in the area. I managed to catch up with the final, but I just don't think people will watch it anymore, which is fine. So the live that I did, I'm not too fussed about it because we will. It's just another live that I've done. So and I managed to. It's on. Catch up the full match, the final between Spain and Argentina on either on ITVX or on BBC iPlayer. But we're going to play riddles today, so I think we should try. I'll give it a shot. Okay, there's 79 riddles for adults to get the brain working. We could do easy riddles because I'm terrible at it. So let's begin. Oh, there's one that's pretty weird. I mean, not weird, but I don't know if it's true or not. It depends how it looks. Oh, it's not letting me. Oh no, it doesn't let me do it. Okay, do you know what? Let's go a different one. I will just do up to 10 and then I feel like it's not going to be good. I'll show you, but you know, I'm just going to accept the cookies. There's 101 riddles for kids and adults to see just how smart you really are. We can type. I could type it in if you like because that would be more straightforward for you to understand rather than me just elaborating. I'm going to block it because I'm not bothered. Okay, so no. We could try a few easy ones, then move on to medium and hard and all that stuff. There are funny riddles too, and maths riddles. I'm terrible at maths, so don't ask me. Word riddles too. There's loads, and there's really hard riddles for adults, which I'm not going to do because I find them too hard. Even reading the answers, reading it out, it would be difficult for me. Okay, let's begin with the first riddle that I'm gonna add in the chat. Oh, it's not gonna allow me to type on here. I don't know if I could type, but I could try. So hopefully you are all there to. Okay, the first riddle I will have. I will begin by saying the first riddle is what has to be broken before you can use it. I can repeat again if you want me to. What has to be broken? So something has to be broken. It has to be. It's just I don't really have an explanation for that, but it's, if I give you the clue on what it is, you will know that they are usually eaten for. It could be eaten any time, but I think mainly breakfast or as a snack per se. And it's very hollow, so you need to be careful. And people never know where they are in the shopping aisle. I actually work in a super. I only started my supermarket job yesterday. I'm my own work experience for the time being, but I am applying for. I'm hoping to get. I have another work experience to do next week, which is only 1 week long, and the M&S one is a few weeks long. So yeah. So what has to be broken before you can use it? It's not really my way of doing the life. So if I show you the riddle, you might have to. So what has to be broken before you can use it? So if you don't know, the answer is an egg. An egg of all things. Eggs are pretty hollow. Glass, no, glass is can't use glass. You can use it though because you're drinking from the glass, but you can't really. That's the only purpose of glass. Either it's drinking or glass bottle or cup or whatever, or glass plate or glass window. Can't really do much with it. But the answer is egg, according to this thingy. So, okay, let's pick another one. I will. This one might slightly be tricky, but I will try and do it slowly so you understand. So, there's one there's a one-story house in which everything is yellow. Yellow walls, yellow doors, yellow furniture. What color are the stairs? I can read again. There's a one-story house in which everything is yellow. Yellow walls, yellow doors, furniture. What color are the stairs? So that is the riddle. I could read one more time just for you to process what I'm saying. A one-story house in which everything is yellow. Yellow walls, yellow doors, yellow furniture. What color are the stairs? That's actually a trick though. If you have any ideas on what I was saying, this is what I was saying. The seventh one, number seven, riddle number seven. So about the everything being yellow sort of thing. So yeah, if you have any clue on what I'm saying, this is the second riddle. We're gonna do up to 10, hopefully, if they have very good riddles on here. I think this one's a bit of a mouthful. I'll do easy. I'll go a little bit easier. I'll find something a bit more less complicated than this one. So if you don't, so what color are the stairs? That's the question you need to focus on because everything's yellow, but you need to focus on what color stairs are. That will help you. If you understand, I particularly don't really understand this riddle, but we can try the answer. I could break the answer right now in like in a matter of seconds. So okay, so the answer for this is there aren't many there aren't any. It's a one-story house. That's why they said it's a one-story house because I guess I understand now that the house is not there's no stairs. It's a one everything's on one floor. So it's kind of like a bungalow. Okay, let's do riddle number. Let's do number 11. What gets wet while drying? What gets wet while drying? I'll repeat one more time. It's what gets wet while drying. It's number 11 here. What gets wet while drying? If you have any inkling on what that means, then I will have to. So, what gets wet while drying? That is the main question you need to. It's quite a simple answer, but anything could be wet, but while drying. It's something you use on yourself. We all use it after the bath. I kind of giving you a massive clue that you use it after you bath, you bathe yourself or wash up, whatever you want to say. Okay, let's. Our real now is a towel. So a towel is the answer. Done 3 riddles already. These are the 3 easy ones. We can go. There aren't that many good ones for the easy one. Yeah, there's one good one. Let's do riddle 16. I will show you 16 before I read it out. I know my phone, sorry about that. So the mirroring is not best on here, but okay. So number 16 riddle is a man dies of old age on his 25th birthday. How is this possible? I'll repeat again. A man dies of old age on his 25th birthday. How is this possible? So how is it possible? Excuse me. So how is it possible for a man to die of old age on his 25th birthday? You might think it's not possible, but there is. There's a reason. So it's kind of it's not really a trick question or a trick answer in some way, because if the man dies, I think it's just he doesn't really have a birthday, or he's born on a certain day, which is basically the answer. It's a clue to the answer that I thought that will um be justified in terms of him dying of old age at the age of 25. Some people might say that is such a weird concept, but it's possible. Reminds me of that film Curious Case of Benjamin Button. It's when he was born old, but they apparently he dies young. Like he becomes a baby when he's young. It's like he has a reverse aging effect, because he gets younger as he gets older. It's quite a creepy movie. It's very, very, very. I find it a bit weird, to be honest. It's the one Brad Pitt and Kate Blanchett. I watched it years ago. It's just quite weird, though. You know. But the answer is he was born on the 29th of February. February 29th. So it's February 29th. If you, for those that don't know about, you must know. But let me just explain about February 29th. So that month, basically, it's like a leap year. It happens every 4 years. So the lunar calendar happens yearly, annually. But there's this exception with the leap year, which is every 4 years. The next leap year will happen in 2 years' time, in 2028, and then there'll be one in 2032 and 2036. Goes up every four. It's like four times four each time. Or plus four something. Yeah, so it's like a leap year. No one's really. Not many people are born, but you can have two birthdays if you're born on February 29th. Because you can have March the 1st. Because my friend, someone that I met, he's I think he's Portuguese. Basically, he had two birthdays on his passport, on his Portuguese passport. He has the 29th of February and he has the 1st of March. Or you can have one day before, which is the 28th of February. So that is practically that. You could do some kid riddles. Don't know much. But let's give it a go. There aren't that many good ones on here, to be honest. It's supposed to have 101 riddles, but this one don't really. Oh, there's one I like, but I'm not sure about this. Okay, let's give it a go. What has many keys but can't open a single lock? This one. Number 22. So what has many keys but can't open a single lock? So it's an item that has many keys but no lock is you needed to open it, or you can't open a lock for it. So the locks stay on basically. So it's pretty hard, and that's a hard question to answer if you know. For those that know their riddles very well. And I'm someone who doesn't even know any riddles. I'm that bad. I wish I knew more. We did have so far. We did one, number 7, number 11, and number 16. And then we're doing number 22, which is 5. That's the best one I could find. It's not really a good riddle though. So what has many keys but can't open a single lock? So that's a tough one, man. That is bloody tough. And they said it's for kids as well, or families to do, but it's just bloody complicated. But we can answer this riddle together. So it gets harder. It really does. It really does. But if you don't know the answer, I'm gonna reveal it's a piano. Pianos have keys, but they can't be opened. The locks can't be opened, or it's not even it's made not to be open really. But I don't know how to design a piano. Don't ask. There aren't that many good ones on here. Oh, there's one typical one. Number 27. If you want me to read it out, it's not really that much. That riddle is pretty. It's like how riddles are supposed to be said. Oh, 30 seems like a good one, maybe. So if you've got me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't kept me. What am I? That is that's how riddles are supposed to sound sometimes, but if you got me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't kept me. What am I? So it's number 30. We already on our sixth riddle of 10, but we could do more because there's like 101 riddles on this website. I'll repeat one more time just for you to sink that in. If you've got me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't kept me. Who am I? So you're practically, it's like something has been broken. That very thing that you're supposed to not share. Someone shared it with you, but you're not supposed to share it with. It's meant to be for their own personal reasons and stuff. So if you haven't got an answer, you just take a guess. Something that you don't want people knowing, basically. Something that you don't want anyone to reveal about you and stuff. So if you have any clues on what that is, please put that down. Otherwise, it's always good to take a guess. All you can do is guess. I would recommend. Because I don't know much about riddles. If you don't know much about riddles, that's fine. Because I am only there as a guide. I'm only here to just help you. So if you got me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't kept me. What am I? But I'm going to reveal now. The answer is a secret. Secret. Quite a good one, right? That was the best riddle so far that I've read. I'm glad that I picked it though. Let's get another one. There are not that many good ones. This is a funny riddle. I don't know if anything's. There aren't that many funny ones. I'm meant to laugh out loud. We could try 45, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a good one. What has words but never speaks? This is number 45. What has words but never speaks? God knows, but don't ask me that question because I don't have a clue. I have a clue because I'm reading. If someone asked me that in real life, I wouldn't even have a single idea. So what has words but never speaks? What never speaks, basically. So anything that has words but no talking. If you don't know, just have a guess. That item that has the what is the clue because it's an item. If you say who, then that's completely different kettle of fish. It's not. Yeah, you have to say who. Who is referring to a person or yeah, or a living thing basically, like a cat or a dog, like a pet, for example. But it's mainly referring to people. But what is mainly an item or an animal or something or a plant? But what has words but never speaks? If you don't have a, it's okay if you don't know because I'm going to reveal the answer anyways. And the answer is a book. Book is the answer, which is quite remarkable considering that a book reveals all the words, but it's not really spoken. It's just basically written, words written by someone speaking through their minds, basically. Maybe speaking out loud if they're writing. They're struggling to write, they get help with the writing. You know? That's pretty, I like this one. I don't think it's a good riddle, but It's meant to be a comedy, but I'm not really laughing though. It's not really that many. There's a lot of not very good ones. The maths one, we could try maths one. Ooh, we could try. Number 61. Mary has four daughters, and each of her daughters has a brother. How many children does Mary have? I'll read it again. Mary has four daughters, and each of her daughters has a brother. How many children does Mary have? I'll give it one more luck. Mary has four daughters, and each of her daughters has a brother. How many children does Mary have? It's a very long one, so I might have to read it. Mary has four daughters, and each of her daughters has a brother. How many children does Mary have? So there are supposed to. It's quite a trick one, though. So each daughter has a brother. So you don't remember the four. It's like you have to work out the amount of children she has. Because each daughter is four. So the brother is only mentioned a single time. So kind of giving you the clue anyway. So Mary has four daughters, and each of her daughters has a brother. How many children does Mary have? So that is basically the question. It's quite a difficult maths question. I'm not very good at maths. Don't ask. The answer is five. So five is the amount of children she's got. Because the four daughters plus that single brother. Because the daughters, the four of them all have the same brother. You just have the same brother. That's all. So there's only one boy and four girls. Okay, let's find another one. There's another one that's similar, but we're not going to read that. We already read something about months. Me hair. Me no. Okay, no, not that one. What begins with an E and only contains one letter? What begins with an E and only contains one letter? It's number 71. What begins with an E and only contains one letter? That is basically what I'm going to give you now. Pretty tough one, but I think you might get it in the end. So that word, that what I said as the sentence, kind of does give it away. Though. It's not too easy or too hard, kind of thing. My riddles is bad. Don't ask me to play because I'll be doing it non-stop. I'll be just like, this one. Is it a cloud, a sky, a book, a postcard? You know, but the postcard bit is kind of like a clue in a sense. It's meant to be delivered, and someone's meant to read it. So what begins with an E and only contains one letter? So kind of can't really give you much of a clue, to be fair. It's something you put inside to deliver to a letter to somebody. So I'll give you the answer now. Is an envelope. Is envelope. An envelope. Sorry, envelope is the answer. I don't have an envelope on me, but it's when you put letters in. So envelope is the answer for the what begins with an E and only contains one letter. Because the N is the E in the first word is kind of like not an E sound in a sense. Depends how you say it. Some people say envelope. I used to say that though. But apparently it's not how you say it though. Oh, that I said it all that time. I said it wrong. Okay, let's move on to another one then. That will be that's rubbish. Hmm, okay, maybe not that one. We try really hard ones, but that's going to be a bit too advanced. Just don't want to do that. Let's just do one more of the easy ones. I don't know how many riddles I've read. So I did so 111. Let's go back to see how many I've read. So 1, 7, 11, 16, 22, 30, 45, 61, to 8, 61, and 71, to 9. So I need one more then. Do a couple more for good measure. It's a bit of a ridiculous one that I found. It's a stupid one, but let's do that one. What is 3/7 chicken, 2/3 cat, a 1/4, 2/4 goat? So read again. What is 3/7 chicken, 1 2/3 cat, and 2/4 goat? So what is 3/7 chicken, 2/3 cat, and 2/4 goat? This one. It's number 79. Oh, yeah, number 79. So that's hard. That's so complicated. I think it's a bit of a. You won't be able to get that one, to be honest, even if I reveal the answer. You might understand it, but you may not get it. You could do quiz on riddles that I will prepare, but in the future, I'm not great. I don't want to stress over riddles though. So, 3/7 chicken, 2/3 cat, and 2/4 goat. So, if you don't know, is my answer, the answer for riddle number 79 is Chicago. The answer is Chicago, for those that are wondering. So Chicago's 3/7 chicken. Guess it makes sense, considering how you see the words. But anyway, let's move on. The the extremely hard riddles for adults, really hard riddles for adults. Okay, I'm gonna find one. Okay, riddle number 91 should be good. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What are they? The more you take, the more you leave behind. What are they? Let me just. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What are they? I feel like that is something very scary indeed. But it does sound like something out of a supernatural film or TV show, but or a horror film or something. But that is the riddle that I'm going to give today. It's quite a tough one. I don't think you're going to get it. You can try and guess. If you got it, I'm very happy for you to get that. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What are they? But the clue, I don't really, can't really give you a clue. It's what you're. Riddles, it's very hard for me to give you clues without giving away the answer. But I'm gonna just reveal the answer just to put you out of your misery. So it is footsteps. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What are they? And the answer is footsteps. So that is that. I'll just do one more for good measure. If I could find a good one. I have lakes with no water, mountains with no stone, cities with no buildings. What am I? I have lakes with no water, mountains with no stone, and cities with no buildings. What am I? That is number 100. I've, I'll read one more just to help you out. I have lakes with no water, mountains with no stone, and cities with no building. What am I? Okay, that is pretty hard. But let's answer this question. What am I, basically? Something that has those things but doesn't have those detailed things. You can have it, but it's just going to be a bit hard. Usually it doesn't. Usually. I would say it does in a sense. So kind of misleading. But if you wanted me to reveal now, I'll just reveal before we end the live. The answer is a map. Map is the answer. MAP, map. So maps have lakes with no water, because it's made out of paper. That's why. And mountains with no stone, and cities with no buildings. So basically, the map is the answer to the quiz that I just question that I've just read out before. So hope you enjoyed this riddles, even though I'm pretty poor at it. If I try and play, I will not be able to do well. So thank goodness that I've actually done it with you. So and I'm grateful that you're joining to play these riddles. And yeah, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe if you want to join more lives such as this. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.